The ceremony you're about to witness is our nation's expression and appreciation to an individual for a job well done, and serves as a form and official recognition for Petty Officer Martini's 20 years of faithful and honorable service. Side boys, post. Will guests please rise and all military present in the uniform cover, and remain standing for the arrival of the official party. Commander, United States Navy retired, arriving. Hospital corpsman, arriving. Color guard, advance the colors.
Left we don't turn.
HM3 Bishop will now sing the national anthem.
Present arms.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through that night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Shoulder arms. Ready, two.
Color guard, retire the colors.
Left face. Mark time. March. Forward. March.
Lieutenant Commander Smith, Chaplain Corps, will now deliver the invocation. Military, please uncover.
Let us pray. Lord, we do thank you for the opportunity to share in this special occasion with HM1 Martini. Only her rate, but as an aggressive team player whose accomplishments in service are an honor upon her, Navy medicine, our country, and personally upon all the sailors whom she has served with. Most of us, when we entered naval service, never fully considered the reality of reaching retirement, which makes this day all the more satisfying for HM1. Serenity filled with the gratifying company and the continued achievements of her loved ones and friends. It's in your strong name that I do pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I speak for the entire Navy community when I say how grateful we are to have you here today. At this time, I'd like to introduce the officer in charge, Naval Branch Health Clinic, Gulfport, Lieutenant Commander Joseph Mistrangelo, for opening remarks.
Before I get into a few brief notes here, would you please join me in recognizing the individuals that we have here this morning. Pedestrian Bishop, thanks again for the national anthem. It takes a lot of chutzpah to get up here and do that in front of a big crowd, but you sound better every time that you do it. For the color guard that we had here this morning, and we had the side boys, and then you'll see some individuals later with the flag ceremony, which is very touching. So please join me in congratulating. I want to go ahead and recognize individuals that have made quite a drive or flown to get here, quite a distance in some cases, to share in this proud moment with Susan. Very nice. And I'm glad that you took the opportunity to have this retirement ceremony. You said it's for your family, and yes indeed, this is also for you. This is a capstone of 20 years of service to our great nation. It's very important that we celebrate that. But I do want to recognize some of the family and friends that have come a very long way for this. Your mother, Margaret, came from Minnesota. Thank you for joining us. We had, let's see, your brother, Ted. Ted came from Minnesota as well. We have sisters Teresa, Shirley, and Barb. Where's Barb? Here. Huh?
Yes, yes.
Brother-in-laws, let's see, Dick. Spent some time in the National Guard. Thank you for your service, sir. And Jerry. Yeah, Jerry, and you're a submariner. All right, thank you also for your service. We had in-laws, Steve and Ann Martini came from Missouri. Thank you. And brother-in-laws, Steve and Jason, also came from Missouri. Well, I have family all over the place. And then Matt's grandfather, where are you at, Carl? Carl. You know, I've heard of some good jobs in the military before, but this one takes the cake, and man, am I envious. Carl is a World War II veteran. He was in the Pacific Theater, and he said 3/4 of that he was spent in Guam guarding the bear. You got it, man. Thank you. Let's see, your children, Andrew, Paige, and his wife, Christine. From Slidell, thank you. And we have Samantha Martini from Slidell as well. Samantha. Zachary Martini from Georgia, thank you. And who's the little guy? Yeah, he's hiding back over there. All right, Anderson Page, your grandson. Congratulations. That's going to be your new job, right? All right. And of course, Commander John Hughes will be the guest speaker here, traveled all the way from Texas to be with us today for the ceremony. Thank you, sir. Yeah, the Baker family, where are you at?
That's Baker.
Okay, right there from Florida, that's right. Why didn't you tell me, is that Baker family? Okay, just a few notes here, and then I'll get out of the way and let Commander Hughes share with you some of the personal notes. One of the things Chaps mentioned in his invocation talked about a team player, and I can tell you, for the time that we have had Professor Martini join us since NMCD 7 decommissioned in September, I can tell you there was a little bit of hesitation at first, and I'll tell you why. When you have somebody that is close to retirement, it's going to go one of two ways. You get those that pull back the flaps to 30 degrees and they come in on a glide slope and they hit that retirement about 9-10 months out. And you rarely ever see those individuals, and this is not one of them. This is the other type of individual. that comes in on the deck and coming in full speed and right up to the very end. And you have been what every coach's dream is, what we call a utility player. And we can put you anywhere. You know, we did put you anywhere. We put you in a lot of places, but there was three things that you bring with it: a smile, competence, and enthusiasm. And y'all don't know this, but for those of us in the clinic, we certainly do. We definitely used Penny Martini Susan as a utility player. And every single part that we put her in, every position we put her in, she did a fantastic job. Just a few of the highlights. She started up an initiative called Fleet Centered Med Home. And the whole idea behind this program is to reconcile or to take out any disparities for when the CBs come back in garrison, home from deployment, and the medical care that they get while they are here should be the exact same as those folks that are here permanent at the base station here. You took on the job. This is 4 individuals that we were waiting to come on board. We were waiting to hire, and she took on the job of 4 individuals and did it with a smile on her face, and she did that seamlessly. So outstanding, Shipley. We had you working in the admin shop as well. That's a firefight on a daily basis, and you survived that with smiles on your face. Also on board here is at Keesler Medical Center as a liaison, taking care of our Navy families there. And then I think the last spot we had you was in medical records, correct? And you dug your way out of that. Very nice. Again, this is the capstone. I cannot be more impressed with the service that you've given. And coming into the last minute like this here and still going strong. I think we had to kick you out of there and turn your computer off, otherwise you wouldn't leave. But that says a lot about you. It's to have the honor and the privilege of serving your country and getting to see the wide range of assignments that you've had in your career. I can't believe you were an RDC. For those of you who don't know, that's the person that pushes boots up at the boot camp in Great Lakes, and you got to be pretty mean sometimes. There's a fine line between being the drill instructor and probably being mama sometimes too for them, right? I never saw it in you. I never saw the mean side of you, but that's the job of the husband. Exactly.
Somebody has.
Outstanding career that you had, and I want to extend my personal thanks on behalf of your service to our great nation, and also to your family who have supported you throughout that entire year. Thank you very much.
Petty Officer Martini, please join Lieutenant Commander Mr. Angela at the center of the stage. To all who shall, would everyone please rise? To all who shall see these presents, greetings to Margaret Humfeld. By the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express a grateful appreciation from the United States Navy for your unselfish, faithful, and dedicated assistance during your daughter's day. Work and understanding, Margaret helped you immeasurably and made possible her lasting contribution to this nation. These 20 years that she spent away from you constitute a clear and noble demonstration of her love for you. You see, she left you in order to ensure that you inherited a safer world and a surer peace. To those who say a single woman cannot make a difference, I say they are wrong. Your daughter did. She made our Navy stronger and kept our nation safe. With her service to the Navy now complete, she will be able to spend more time with you in the future. The United States Navy thanks you and your daughter and wish you and your family all the best in your future endeavors. Given this day, July 2nd, 2013, J. A. Mastrangelo, Lieutenant Commander, United States Navy, Officer in Charge, Naval Branch Health Clinic, Gulfport. call military attention to award. The Department of the Navy. This is certified that the Secretary of the Navy has awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, Gold Star and Luther Fifth Award to Hospitalman First Class Susan M. Martini, United States Navy, for professional achievement and superior performance of her duties while serving as leading petty officer, medical records, Naval Branch Health Clinic, Gulfport, Mississippi, from October 2012 to July 2013. Petty Officer Martini was integral in the launching of Fleet-Centered Medical Home Port Program, which resulted in the delivery of patient-centered health care to 2,000 mobile construction battalion sailors. Furthermore, she oversaw 19 integrated disability evaluation cases and the medical readiness of 200 students, which ensured timely fitness for duty determinations. Her superior performance of duty during this tour is the hallmark of a career devoted to accomplishing broad and diverse tasks, which highlighted the culmination of 20 years of honorable and dedicated naval service. Given this first day of July 2013, M.O. Padden, Captain, United States Navy Medical Corps Commanding Officer, Naval Hospital, Pensacola. Guests, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander John.
Naval Hospital Guam, when she first arrived as a young third-class petty officer. Still learning her leadership role and her clinical role to the Trauma Center of the Pacific. And I have to say, it was such a pleasure working with Petty Officer Page then, and she was always professional. Even when she didn't know something clinically initially, we saw a lot of interesting cases in Guam, I have to say. And she was ready to learn, wanted to learn, wanted to know it. And by the time I left, I'd become one of the leaders in the emergency department, and in teaching the new EMTs, teaching her son, and she maintained the pride and professionalism, embodied it really throughout her tour there. The Navy is like a big family, and I feel like you can't pick your relatives, just like when you're in the Navy you don't get to pick who you serve with. But there are some people in families that command extra respect. When you look at them through their actions and their accomplishments. And Sue is one of those individuals in the Navy that you just can't help but be proud to serve with that person and be proud to say that you served with them when you talk to other people, because you recognize the qualities that she embodied. The Navy recognized it. They chose her to lead new recruits, that shape the young minds, the young sailors that come into the Navy. And that's a legacy that carries on past her service, because the qualities that she presented to them, those now petty officers and officers, some of them, are passing those qualities on to the young sailors that they see. And so you can carry that with you, that all the things that you embodied during your service are going to stay in the Navy long after you're gone. I'm proud to have called you shipmate. I'm proud to have called you my friend. And I'm so happy for you that you get to enjoy your family and time off now. Because otherwise, she'd never stop. Thank you.
Petty Officer Martini, please join Commander Hughes at the center of the stage. Petty Officer Martini will now be awarded a letter Official statement from the Governor of Louisiana. United States of America, State of Louisiana, Bobby Jindal, Governor. Official statement. In the name and by the authority of the State of Louisiana, I, Bobby Jindal, together with the people of this state, hereby give special recognition to H1 Susan M. Martini, in acknowledgement for her retirement following 20 years of dedicated service to the United States Navy. In witness thereof, I have set my hand officially and caused the affixed Great Seal of the State of Louisiana, 30th day of August 2013. Signed, Bobby Jindal, Governor of Louisiana. H1 Martine will now be presenting her shadow box. The tradition of presenting a shadow box to a retiring sailor dates back to the days of sail. It was considered bad luck for a sailor upon his final departure to allow a shadow to hit the pier before he himself departed the ship. In order to ensure that no misfortune would befall their shipmate, the crew would construct a box of the finest timber and place within it all the things that reflected his or her accomplishments. Only then could a man, with the shadow of himself in hand, safely depart the ship and go ashore once and for all. Petty Martini has selected the following personnel for her flag detail today: H.A. Quiones, H.N. Albury, E.O.3 Armstrong, Y.N. Burt, and C.E.1 Williams. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over the great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look out and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped, I am loved, and I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war: Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, and in the trenches of France. In the Oregon Forest, Anzio, Rome, Pearl Harbor. I was on the beaches of Normandy and in the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. And I was in the Persian Gulf. And a score of other places, long forgotten by all. But those who were there with me, I was there. I led my sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines, and I followed them. And I watched over them, and they loved me. I was on a small hill in the Hiroshima. I was dirty, battle-torn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me, and I was proud. I had been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled in the streets of countries that I had helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those who I have served with in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips to be used as a bandage for a wounded comrade on the field of battle. When I fly half-mast to honor my sailors and Marines, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud, I am free, and I am brave. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, my dear God. Long may I wave. Flag detail. Post.
Forward march.
Agent 1 Martini will now say a few words.
It's going to be very few words. I practice this speech every day for the whole year when I drove to and from work. And it didn't work out, so. First and foremost, I would like to wish my husband happy anniversary. We've been so busy getting ready with the retirement stuff that I just want to make sure you knew I didn't forget. Happy anniversary. Okay. Andrew, you got the flag because you were the one that was with me from the start to the end. You suffered through all the bad stuff, and you celebrated all the good stuff. That flag was flown in Guam. Don't let hands read it. Okay. And I'm not going to thank anybody individually because I know I would forget everybody. Or should I do that? I would forget someone and I don't want to do that. I did enjoy my tour, all of my tours. I had some wonderful places. I have people in the ceremony that were at these places with me. People from Guam, people from Great Lakes, people from the battalion, people from the clinic. There's even one person in the ceremony that was in all 4 of those places with me. So I just want to thank everybody for traveling down here, and that's all I've got. I'm sorry. If there's anything else to say, you'll say it for me.
Agent 2 Rears will now read the watch.
For 20 years, this sailor has stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor has stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years, when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times, she would cast an eye ashore and see the family standing there, needing her guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But she still stood the watch. She stood the watch for 20 years. She stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today, we are here to say the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those who have led, guided, and trained. Agent 1 Martini, you stand relieved. We have the watch.
Lieutenant Commander Advanced Rangelo will now present Agent 1 Martini with a Fleet Reserve certificate. Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy. This is to certify that Hospital Corpsman First Class Susan Martini was transferred from active duty to the Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy on the 31st of August, 2013, after 20 years of service. This certificate is awarded as a testimony of faithful and honorable service. Signed, J. A. Mastrangelo, Lieutenant Commander, United States Navy, Officer in Charge, Naval Branch Health Clinic. Will the guests please rise for the benediction and remain standing through the conclusion of the ceremony. Honorable Boatswain B.U.1 McLaughlin will now perform the time-honored tradition known as piping the side. The order of boatswain pipe the side has been passed on naval ships from the 1500s through today. We heave to, stop all engines, lay about smartly, and drop the anchor. We stand by to pay tribute to one of our shipmates, a shipmate going ashore. To honor those years served, the guidance, the leadership, and the experience, and above all the friendship that this shipmate has given over those 22 years, or those 20 years. Today, HM1 has selected the following personnel as her side boy detail. BU1 Boynton, HM1 Jackson, BU1 Simons, UT1 Slaughter, HM1 Smith, and UT1 Wilhort. Boatswain, host the sides and stand by to pipe the side. Shipmate going ashore.
I know, we changed it.
Hospital Foreman, United States Navy. Party.
Family retired, departing.